Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. A review of the game. Jesus, where'd you start with that? It's not good enough. It's not good enough at all. Let's be completely real with ourselves. We can say all the positives we like after the second half, and Pulisic come on and was really creative and great, and obviously we got the goal back before half time, and Tammy obviously got a goal, hopefully getting back in some sort of form or whatever, and it was a great substitution, and we kept fighting and blah 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 blah. But it was weak-minded of us to give away 3 goals in the fucking first half. It was. I can't defend that, you know. I'll be honest with you, I will criticise Lampard and say this, is that I don't think we should have played the exact same team. I know a lot of people were really happy about it. I wasn't. I think Willian has looked tired for a while, and I thought he did brilliantly well against Man United, but this is the exact game that, obviously I know it's a big fixture and whatever, but he needed a rest. He definitely needed a rest, and I'm happy that he got it eventually. But I maybe would have tried to freshen it up and throw someone different on. I've been Mount's biggest fan all year. I think he's fantastic. He's going to go places. He's been incredible. But he wasn't the right choice to play today. The formation wasn't right. I understand what he was trying to go for. It was trying to keep ourselves in the game and get them on the counter attack. But I honestly do think, and I said it before, I think that the result against United flattered us, probably, and we just capitalised on Man United being poor. It wasn't the formation, it wasn't genius in that sense. We just capitalised on what was a poor performance from them. I'm not going to go through the goals individually. I will just say what was wrong with all of them. Willian gave the ball stupidly away. He was tired. He tried to run the ball out of defence, overstretched it. It's a great strike from Keita. Done. Kepa doesn't move enough for the free kick. It's a good free kick, but not unsavable. If he dives, then maybe he gets a hand to it, maybe tips it onto the post, but he doesn't even dive. Poor from him. The third goal wasn't cleared properly. There we are. The fourth goal, you let Bobby Firmino, who hasn't scored at Anfield since March last year, even if the game would have taken place on the day it was meant to take place, he still wouldn't have scored at Anfield for over a year. And you just let him head home for free. Alonso kicked the ball against his own face. It was stupid. And then the last goal, I mean, it happens, but Jorginho got spun like an absolute bitch by Robertson. And I understand why he's in the team and why he wants to move the ball around and stuff, but you've got to be able to do the defensive side of it. And if you're tackling like he did, you don't deserve to be playing in the Premier League, honestly. I hate to be a cynic, but it's true, you don't. But again, let's just try and take some positives. It's never nice, of course, to lose to Liverpool, but let's be real with ourselves. I had us out of the game at 3-0 completely, and we managed to stay only a goal behind for 10 or so minutes. You know, it wasn't a great deal, but it kept us in the game, and I respect that. I respect the grind. We could have rolled over, and the subs we could have made could have been just to, you know, let people rest. And I said it actually in a live stream that I did. I said I wouldn't have bothered bringing on Pulisic. I'd have just taken the result as it was and just hold our hands up and get ready to go for Wolves. But actually, I'm really proud of the fact that we did manage to come back in a way where we kept ourselves in the game. Obviously, there was a sucker punch play at the end for the 5th goal, but we managed to keep ourselves in the game for a long period of time. And let's not forget, people, we were only 1 goal away from being Champions League football next year against the best team in the country. And I hate to say it, and obviously it's a cynical view, but we didn't do that. That's fine, that's okay, but the results the results of actions that happened earlier on is what cost us that. If we'd have played like that for even 60% of the game, 70% of the game, we would have been in, and we would have been able to go and do that. And I have to say, I reckon even beat Liverpool, because the goals that we got were poor defending from them, but we looked so scared to go forward. We managed to keep all the possession, all the best possession, all the way throughout the first half, but you can't make the most of it, and it is that simple. I don't think Jorginho is Premier League quality. I've said it before. Kepa is not Premier League quality. They both need to go. It won't be easy to sell Kepa. It won't be easy to sell Jorginho. Jorginho will be the easy one of the two. They do need to go to make way for new signings. Old Black and whoever you want. Nana and all these people I've heard thrown out there in the last couple of weeks. But simply put, we are not that far away from having a real title contending squad, especially with some of the transfers that we've already got. But it says a point where we scored 3 goals in a game against the best team in the country, and we still lost the game. Defensively, we need to shape up, and we need to get shape up quickly, because there were some individual okay performances in the back line, but it far from covered itself in glory. So there we are. That's just a little review. Make sure you subscribe to my personal channel, Craigo28 Football, and also Blues Fans TV. Yeah, and I'll see you soon for loads of videos. So take care, stay safe. Up the Chelsea.
Hi guys, I'm here to talk about the Chelsea 3, Liverpool 5 game. Obviously very disappointing. We need that draw. We're 1 point away, 1 goal away at a point from getting Champions League football. We didn't manage to do it. However, I am still seeing some positives. The fight we put up today, it was good. There were some signs that we can fight for stuff if we just have that extra player. Now, when Pulisic came on, he was outstanding. By far our best player. And I don't want to really say it because it's not true yet, but there is so many Hazard-like similarities. He's just proven by game that he's going to become our next big Hazard, our next big player. I mean, the assist was unbelievable. A few minutes of being on the pitch, dribbled through the whole team, crossed it into Tammy, who finished it nicely. And then the second goal, ball in by Hudson. He could have just shot first time. He did a little spin, didn't even look at the goal and put it top bins. It was a great goal. And yet, that's the positives. That Pulisic is just outstanding. But defence and keeper, guys, we need to talk about them. There's definitely something going on. We need to improve it. Otherwise, we can't. I'm going to be honest. We can't challenge for a title with a defence, a backline like that, and a keeper like that. Even at the end, Chelsea's own defence, Azpilicueta and everyone was shouting "Kepa, Kepa." The ball went across him and he didn't claim for it. Now, it's annoying being negative, guys, seeing as we did put up a good fight against the champions, because that's what they are. They did win the league. They are a quality team. So, positives, we got the 3 goals. We were back in it from 3-0, then from 4-1. It was some positives. We did try hardest. There's just that little bit we need to improve on. Reece James was class today as well. I know the free kick that he did take led to them go on and score their 5th goal, but can't really blame him. Weren't a bad ball, it was just a bad... So no one really got to it pretty much. But yeah, defence, we need to talk about that because it's just not working at the moment. I think Reece James and Alonso had a good game. Azpilicueta didn't have a bad game. Zuma and Rudiger, Kepa, not the best games. Kepa just... I know you can't always blame the keeper, but Kepa just didn't look like he wanted to save him. In the free kick, you know if Trent's taking it, then you've got to be on that side because he scored at Stamford Bridge against us with a free kick as well. So Kepa needs to do his research and know he can't be just to one side. Trent loves to put it that top right, and it was just a rookie error, to be honest. Defence was sloppy today, gave away too many goals, and yeah, 5 goals. 8 goals in a game is a lot of goals to be conceding and scoring. So yeah, it's not a great result. I'm not too annoyed because we did fight for it and we only need a draw now out of Wolves to get Champions League. However, if we do not win against Wolves, we lose, don't even get a draw, and United beat Leicester, we can still get top 4 because Leicester are 1 point behind us. And if they don't get a win or draw against United, we're guaranteed top 4. So we've just got to see what happens against Wolves. It is going to be a hard game. I mean, but if we can play like that against Wolves, cut a few of the mistakes out, we will look good. So, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe to my personal channel, Chelsea Home and Away, and also subscribe to Blues Fans TV.
Hello guys, Alex here. Obviously, as you guys know, it's the Liverpool 5, Chelsea 3. Look, a lot of things went wrong today. There's no denying that. A lot of things went wrong today. The first thing I noticed is, well, the overconfidence, I think, from the team. Because we knew that, if we won this game, we would qualify for the top 4. And we've seen a lot of times where we bungled that completely. And, it doesn't come as a shock. Let's be honest. It doesn't come really as a shock. Look, I also think that basically there was a little bit of an overconfidence from the win against Man U, the 3-1 win, because Lampard thought, we could use the same tactics. We don't need to change the other outfield players. We can basically put Kepa in. We should probably have a good game here. And, well, look, Liverpool were, I think, kind of expecting that because, they lost to a 3-4-3 formation in Arsenal when they lost 2-1. I think they were pretty much scouting our previous game against Man United, trying to see how to exploit our weaknesses, and they did. They did. And it wasn't like the first half, by the way. It wasn't just like, I don't know, where it was basically capitalizing on our mistakes. The first goal from Keita, what was it? Simply, Willian loses the ball, Keita takes a shot from outside the box, I think it was, and it goes in. Trent Alexander-Arnold, that goal came from a free kick. Obviously, there's a lot of questions over whether it should be a foul or not. But there was contact between Kovacic and Mane. You can't deny that. And so, yeah, I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold does a similar type of free kick as he did in September. And, you know, you can criticize Kepa all you want, but back in September, he couldn't get to it. So, yeah, and then after that, you have the third goal from Wijnaldum, which obviously comes from a corner. Robertson crosses it in. Giroud and basically Jorginho, I don't even know what's going on there. They give the ball away, and it's delivered on a silver platter to Wijnaldum, and he scores. On the stroke of half time, it's 3-1, obviously from a goal from Giroud, and you could feel that maybe, just maybe, there could be a comeback there, but it's like a very small chance at that stage. Then obviously, second half carries on, and I kind of felt like there were similar mistakes from the team. I mean, and then afterwards there was that fourth goal that just really, I mean, it's frustrating because we knew that Kepa's confidence was pretty low. It must have been pretty low at that point. And then, you know, basically the cross comes in. He doesn't have much confidence. I don't think he basically may have overthought this. And instead of basically coming out of his goal and parrying it out, Firmino basically heads it in. And it's had such a power that Kepa can't do anything about it. But the fact also is, while Kepa is responsible for the fourth one, you know, there's a fact that, you know, I mean, what about the defense? I mean, where were the centre backs? I mean, what were they doing, really? I mean, why couldn't they close down Firmino properly? So yeah, I mean, it's 4-1 at that stage, and then afterwards you got three subs. Pulisic, Abraham, Hudson-Odoi coming on for Giroud, Willian and Mount, and that's where you see a total change in the game. Like offensively, there is a total change, and you got Pulisic that dribbles through loads of Liverpool players, very much a Hazard show, passes it to Abraham, who puts it in and makes it 4-2. That was brilliant by Pulisic. That is exactly what we needed at that stage. Then afterwards, Pulisic again, and a few minutes later, scores a third goal. And you just wonder at that stage, could this be an Ajax 2.0? Could this actually be an Ajax 2.0? But that situation is completely killed from a counter-attack by Liverpool, where, I mean, like, obviously, one of the Liverpool players, I don't even remember his name, just runs down the flank, just basically spins Jorginho over like a ballerina, crosses it in. No one intercepts, by the way, which I'm a bit surprised about. They just let it go over. And then suddenly the ball reaches Ox. And then at that stage, you could see just beforehand, Kepa sees, oh, that ball could actually go there. My left flank is exposed. I need to reposition. Kepa tries to get a hand to it, but it's too late. Look, we can blame Kepa all we want for all the goals, which, to be honest, you can't. You can't blame them for all of the goals. I understand if you want to blame them for 2-ish, maybe 3. But, yeah, you can't blame him for all the goals. Like, the defense, like, the back four needs to take accountability here for today. The back four needs to take accountability. Look, we're going to have players like Werner, Ziyech, and Havertz coming in next season. But that won't matter. We won't be able to compete with the likes of Liverpool and Man City until we fix ourselves defensively. Like, don't expect us to be competing for Premier League titles until that's solved. So, yeah. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you guys later.
Liverpool 5, Chelsea 3. Seriously, what on earth just happened on our screens? What on earth have we just watched? We've seen, well, the same issues really. The Chelsea defence, the Chelsea goalkeeper in an absolute state. It was horrific to watch at times, honestly. You know, when the fourth goal went and you're just thinking, can we end this game? Then the fight back came on, and well, there's no other way to tackle a game like that in a short review other than to start from the beginning. So we started quite well, similar shape to the United game, of course. Well, I say similar, same shape, same personnel. Kepa came back in goal, and oh my God, we paid the price for that. But hey, we left Pulisic on the bench. Probably a mistake, I thought, but I can see why you do it. I just think with the whole back three thing, if it works for one game, it doesn't mean it works for the other game, and I can see why he's doing it, you know. Say we play a back four tonight and we lose 4-0, everyone's going, well, why didn't you play the same team that started against Man U? So, yeah, I mean, it's a vicious circle, that one, but hey, we started quite well. I thought we're on the front foot, controlling the game. We had that confidence clearly from the United game, but yeah, I think it was around about the 18th, 20th minute, and I was just thinking, yeah, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. We looked completely leggy, we looked completely tired, we looked completely shattered, in fact. Liverpool were tapping the ball around us, and to be honest, I thought Liverpool were a lot better today than they have been in recent weeks, and that was obviously annoying for us, you know. We can't do much about that, but what we can do is, you know, play at our own level, and we definitely didn't do that. We just made it easy for them, and like I say, they got their goals. They got the first goal, of course. You know, I think this was the one where Willian shouldn't have given it away. Obviously, we should have just cleared the ball, but it's a good strike from Keita. There's not much you can say about it. It's only 1-0 at that point. Then the second goal comes. The free kick wasn't a free kick. Stupid decision. Don't know why he gave it. Influenced by the Liverpool players. Once Alexander-Arnold has the free kick, I'd like to actually know if there's a Chelsea fan who didn't think that ball was going to go in. I think we all just knew this was going in the net. We knew Kepa wasn't going to move. What is he doing? I never like to see when free kicks are taken, goalkeepers standing still. I always think you can get over to the ball and at least affect it or try and get there, and he doesn't even move, Kepa, and that annoyed me, and I think it annoyed a lot of fans as well. And then the third goal came. What on earth was I watching? By this point, we were battered, we were bruised, we were out of it. You know, we'd slept from about the 20th minute onwards, and you know, obviously Liverpool wreaked havoc in our back line. There was no pressing like there was against Man U, so they could play through us. They just thought, wow, we've never had an easier game. This is going to be a great day for us to win not win the title, but you know, lift up the trophy. And they couldn't believe their eyes. They got their third goal. Again, ridiculously stupid defending from a corner. Horrific to watch. The sort of stuff that makes you think, are we actually going to be in the Champions League next season like this? Because, well, what was I watching, honestly? Unbelievably disgusting defending. We get a consolation goal. Big Olivier Giroud, I would definitely still start him. I know Tammy came on, looks really bright. For me, Giroud, we can't just, you know, bench him because of this one-off game. This game has to be forgotten about, which I'll get onto a little bit later. But Giroud, he got his goal. Yet another goal for Giroud. You love to see it. And then at half-time, it's 3-1. And I'm probably just glad that it wasn't 3-0 because, hey, at least we had a route back into the game. But we came up for the second half. No changes. No nothing. Absolutely same mentality. Walked off the park. They whip in the ball. Firmino gets his first goal at Anfield all season. And, like, it's just disgusting, honestly. The level of play out, for me, was absolutely horrific. And at that point, I was just thinking, don't make it 6, don't make it 7. Because it really could have been. But what changed the game was the 3 subs. Abraham, Hudson-Odoi, and, of course, the main man, Christian Pulisic. What a man he was. He came off the bench, made all the difference. That run for the assist to Abraham's goal, that was bloody genius, guys. That was absolutely wonderful from Pulisic, and it's a shame we lost the game because he deserved so much more for it. Then we saw another goal. Hudson-Odoi was brilliant, I thought, off the bench so quick. Kept on getting in behind the Liverpool defence. Whips in a good ball to Pulisic. Great strike into the corner, and Chelsea there, you know, right back in the game. 4-3 now, and we had plenty of time left to get the goal. We were pushing. I thought, I'll tell you what, if we get the goal here, we only need a point for Champions League at this stage, of course. And I was thinking, well, imagine 4-4. It wouldn't change it. I'd be saying the same things here. Say the game was 4-4, even 5-4 to Chelsea. I'd be saying the same things. We'd just be talking about how we won the game instead. But the defending was horrific. We tried to put a lot of men forward. They countered us, so much more pace, so much more desire. And again, Kepa, you know, oh my God. To be fair, I don't want to lash out at him for the last goal. I don't really think he could have saved it, but it's just similar story, isn't it? You know, he beats it into the roof of his net. He's got really, really weak wrists, Aditha Balaga, I think, this season. So there we go, guys. 5-3. You know, what a chaotic game. I just thought in general we looked really tired after the United game. I actually saw United playing against West Ham earlier, and I saw they looked really tired against West Ham. There were large periods of the game where West Ham were dominating them, and I was just thinking, oh dear, could Chelsea do that but against Liverpool tonight? Because that could be quite nasty. And I think we saw that actually, guys. I think we did. We're just really tired. Liverpool ran all over us. And at the end of the day, guys, it's a really damning defeat. It really is. I don't know what was going on out there. I just worry for the defence. I have done all season. I worry for the goalkeeper. For me, Willy Caballero has to start against Wolves. I know he's going to start against Arsenal. Thank God. He has to start against Wolves for me. Pulisic has to start. People are saying play Hudson-Odoi. I'd be tempted because, my God, Willian needs to rest. I think people, you know, are easily going to lash out at Willian, but he needed to rest at some point this season. He's played 90 minutes every single day from the restart. He needs to rest. I would probably start him against either one of Arsenal or Wolves, and then maybe Hudson-Odoi the other game. But yeah, guys, not really much else to say other than shocking goalkeeping, shocking defending, and a really bad performance, actually. Liverpool, I thought, were much better on the day. Just going on a positive, though, guys, the West Ham versus Man U game ended 1-1. That meant, of course, from our last 2 games, we only needed 1 point. So, no matter what happens on the final day, if Chelsea even draw to Wolves, as long as we don't lose to Wolves, which, to be honest, is a really large possibility, which is the sad thing about this stat. But hey, we only need a point against Wolves, and we're in the Champions League next season. Then it's a week off. Then it's Arsenal in the FA Cup final. I want the Chelsea heads back on for that game. We spoke about that mentality in the review after the United game. We need that back for the Arsenal game and also the Wolves game, to be honest. That's a massive game. And you know what? Even if we lose to Wolves, as long as United beats Leicester, we'll still be in the Champions League. So we might even get in there by losing to Liverpool and Wolves, but I just can't see that happening. I don't think United are on good form, and I don't know if they actually will beat Leicester. So what we've got to do is our job. We need 1 point, guys, from our last 2 games to get Champions League. If we can't get that, I don't know what to say anymore. I'd be absolutely distraught and gutted. But yeah, positive note, 1 point for Champions League. Other than that, not much to talk about. It's time to get rid of this game out of our memory, like we did with the Sheffield United game. Just move on. There's not time to dwell and think, oh my God, what was that? We have to move on. We've got massive games coming up now for Chelsea. The Wolves game, the Arsenal game, they're both must win. They really are. So go ahead and win them, Chelsea. I know you can. We just got to get back on that training ground, pick the correct lineups, go out with the right mentality, and we'll get there, guys. We'll get to where we want to be. And that's where I'm going to end this, guys. Nothing more to say. You know, enjoy your evenings, have a couple of days off, then straight back at it with the final day of the Premier League season. It's a massive one. And yeah, I'll see you guys then.
Bit of a mixed feelings coming from this formation and from the way we played today. Pulisic and Tammy Abraham were on top of their game, and the way they played in this formation was incredible again to start with. But again, the defense has let us down once more. Rudiger, Azpilicueta and Zuma did not play the way that we played against Manchester United when we got that win. But today was abysmal performance again. We could blame Kepa as well. That goal from Trent Alexander-Arnold should not have gone in firstly, because he's done that against us before. So that's something Kepa should have looked at. And then as well as that, he scored the exact same free kick against Crystal Palace, if I do remember. So that was another thing that really just did not make any sense. You know, Kepa he's one of the highest paid goalkeepers. We paid £71 million for him, and we've conceded more goals than any team in the top 10 of the Premier League. So it is absolutely abysmal from him the way he played today. But hats off to Christian Pulisic, Tammy Abraham and Olivier Giroud, the way we scored those goals that kept us in the game. Again, going to halftime, we did not have a lot to hold on, and we did not have a lot to come out for and play again in the second half. But again, hats off to the way we played. At one point we were 4-3, and it looked like we would almost score that 4th goal to equalise and maybe book our spot in the Champions League. It's just going to be delayed, and we're going to have to do that again. Wolves, fingers crossed, Man United do it against Leicester, but now it comes down to us now to win and then hopefully go through. But yeah, very disappointing overall. Champions of England, Liverpool, first of all, congratulations to them. The way they counter-attacked us again, it creates that void in the defence, and this is something that we really need to talk about as a whole during our transfer window, and we need to really need to concentrate on the way we buy players now. We've got Werner coming in, we've got Ziyech coming in, and then we've got someone in the form of Pulisic and Tammy Abraham who've collectively scored almost 27 goals, I think 25 to 30 goals and assists as well. So I think Tammy Abraham's got 15 in the Premier League, which is incredible, knowing he's one of the youngest strikers in that list. And the way he's been playing this season has been incredible. So maybe we're going to have to concentrate more on defenders. A lot of rumours around Kai Havertz and us buying him. As my own opinion, I would suggest that we should not be going for Kai Havertz. It's 90 million euros which we can use for someone else. Koulibaly, who it seems like it's going to be impossible he's going to join Chelsea, although he's quite old. But he would be a good addition for our defence, at least for the next season, until Zuma and Christensen actually develop into better defenders and play better in a back four. One thing I would like to mention from the formation that we've used against Man United and this one again, Alonso sits really well in this formation. It suits Pulisic because there's someone to support him on that left-hand side, gives him chances to run inside, as we saw against Hazard when Conte was manager, and the way he used to cut in and that assist that he did for Tammy Abraham. You could just when you close your eyes and if you hear the commentary, you could basically say that was Hazard, the way we scored that goal against Arsenal a few years back, I think that was, or it was last season. But Pulisic really showing great signs, and again, I will have to say, great performance from him. If there's a Chelsea player who got man of the match performance, it's him for today. So, yeah. And in all, I would like to say that firstly, again, when we're talking about transfers of defenders, Koulibaly first on the list, Declan Rice, again, one of the youngest, best defensive midfielders who could maybe develop playing into a back three. And maybe we could use him in a back three next season as well. With that being said, we need a new goalkeeper. As much as we paid 71 million for Kepa, I would love to see him go back into his old club or just leave the club as a whole. There's links that we are linked with Onana from Ajax. Dean Henderson would be a very good opportunity for us. You know, he's very young. He's a new English prospect that we could use as well in our lineup. But it's highly unlikely Man United would sell him to us. But then again, you never really know. As well as these two players, there were also rumours that we might go for Oblak, but those are rumours we've been hearing for years now, and it's never happened. So it's highly unlikely that that's going to happen. There was a deal that looked like was going to happen where we traded Kepa for Oblak and we paid them an extra 50 million pounds, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But we really need to concentrate on our back line and improve it as much as possible, because we've scored quite a lot of goals this season, but it's always been the defense that has really let us down. So hopefully we don't see that against Wolves. We just need 1 point to qualify for the Champions League, and it would be great to know that Frank Lampard managed to come into a team who had a 2-year ban, but managed to go into a Champions League spot. Hopefully on the 1st of August lift the FA Cup, and you never really know, but miracles happen. It happened in 2012, maybe in 2020 we might win the Champions League, but 0.1% chance or less, but you never really know. Thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.